Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
Someone who's a crypto or blood or a drug addict in the street, they don't know anything about the Bible or God. They're cold. Then it's us. In the UBK, we are what? Hot. That's us.
Straight out of One West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the tool out. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot, hot, hot. We hot, 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 hot. We hot, 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 hot. We hot, 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 hot. How many fake groups must get dissed before they really figure out who the Lord is with? I'm about to burn Babylon with these bars I spit. Niggas swearing they won't beef, well let's start some shit. I roll with warriors with swords and sticks, so keep stepping. Without a mind shit, this brotherhood is a weapon. This nation we protecting, head for Armageddon. Told them niggas no sweat, but these other niggas are sweating. If you can't take the heat, nigga get out the kitchen. Ain't nothing these niggas saying you can find in the scriptures. They stealing our breakdowns and trying to convert a gripper, trying to do the Lord's work, but he fell in love with a stripper. We can't afford to be playing around with the Lord. This one God, faith and baptism on one accord. If you ain't a hot nigga, you might as well hit the morgue. My niggas gon' stand firm while you niggas fall on your sword. Straight out of One West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the tool out. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot.
H-O-T-T, what that mean? Gotta spell it out. Home of the priest, got the truth, that's without a doubt. Niggas getting winded, need to breathe, cause they chasing clout. What the priest is banging, not so heavy, go and break it down. We in your town, boots is on the ground all year round. When the summer, spring, and fall, we prophesying to the clouds, so cry loud. I stay your ass at home, cause life is all about war. Don't make me go blasting chrome, and it go to each his own. Nah, to each his own. We taking over the world, bringing the prophets home. And I dare any of you fake niggas to stand in my way. You niggas is gay, you wearing purple panties, you great. Wearing your fringes on socks on the block, talking to cops, trying to make an arrest. Think you on West? We ain't calling you out, that's why no affiliation. We don't fuck with you out, because we... And you know this, man, and if it ain't the UBK, then it's bogus, man. Johanna had to remind us what the code is, man. And now we hot niggas, but we still the coldest, man. Because
if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that?
Hey, we set a blaze to the street when we prophesy to the wind. You be amazed with deceit, false prophets feeding our king. We set a fire to them lies and hope they open their eyes. Most niggas wouldn't see the truth even if it's written on the blinds. They peeking out to see the real priest who changed their lives. Commander General Yohana, the son that's out here to teach. You niggas done dropped your swords, now you thieves like preachers. Looking for another way round and ain't got no discipline. Tainted worse than the warriors in Southeast Michigan. We aware that you been listening, visiting online. You ain't my bone on my bone, cause you ain't got no spine. You weak in the mind, your vision is so filled with your pride. And you can keep it cause ain't no cowards gonna hold our line. You out here led by individuals, practicing wicked rituals. And you ain't a high boy cause you falling what these bitches do.
Straight out of One West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the tool out. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot, 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 hot. If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? Hot, 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 hot. And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that?
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop it, ass shit. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ass need to stop it, ass shit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. No it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, Jeremiah, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I always step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my nigga. A minute, yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. But why rejected, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemi Awashai Rakatham, Yahweh Shema Thumb by Shemi Awashai, priest and officer. I'm a Wangaba Tuesday night brotherhood class. Ash BK, under Commander Jehana since 1969. We've been teaching the truth. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians is the chosen people of God. Oppressor, the devil the Bible speaks of. And tonight, class, what we're going to talk about is where did all these gods come from? Because you got to know it came from somewhere. You feel me? All these gods that people worship, all the paganism that's been going on. Because what you got to understand about majority of these holidays, they backed by some pagan deity. So what we got to understand is, especially with holiday season coming up, I think Labor Day is coming up. I mean, I don't know what that go back to, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's some deity at the end of the day. But we got to just talk about where did all these gods come from? And why is it so prevalent that everybody is choosing and picking one for themselves? All right, so first thing what we're going to do, we're going to go inside the encyclopedia. Now, everybody had one of these in their granny house, but I guarantee you everybody refused to pick it up and read it and put some type of knowledge inside their head, including me, because I definitely wasn't touching no damn encyclopedia. But a lot of stuff that we got answers to, you know, was hiding in plain sight inside the encyclopedia and other books and stuff like that. All right, so this say the Canaanite religion. You know, we're gonna go into Canaan in the Bible later, but Canaanite religion. Canaanites was one of the sons of Ham. One of the sons of Ham. Ham is the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. That's what the Bible dictionary say. Ham is the progenitor of all the dark races except the Negroes. So it's basically talking about all the Africans. All right, Canaanite religion, beliefs, and practices prevalent in ancient Palestine and Syria, that's in the Middle East, during the 2nd and 1st millennia BC. Now that's before Christ. So that's about maybe 1,000 to 2,000 years before Christ hit the scene. It's when these Canaanites, you know, came up with their own beliefs and practices. Centering primarily on the deities El. Now El is a name and term you'll hear a lot, especially with people that's fake woke, you know, because El goes back to 2,000 years before Christ. He was being worshipped. And he is supposed to be the God, all gods. And then when you get the Greeks and the Romans, they have their god Zeus. And I forget the alternative. Rome has a god that's alternative of Zeus. You probably could just look that up and it'll tell you. I mean, we living in the information age. Everything is out there for you. So, yeah, so that's where they get that from. Zeus and all these gods, Kronos, the father of the Titans, all that stuff come from the Canaanites. They was worshiping a deity named El. And then Baal, they worship Baal. Baal was supposed to be the weather god because they believe that the crops growing, which is food and nourishment, had to be a god doing it. They didn't know which God, so they just made up one. They just made up one. They didn't think about the system that the Most High created, you know, for this stuff to happen, because they was not the children of the Most High. These is the Canaanites, the sons of Ham. So they created a god called Baal, which is basically the weather god. So if anytime they got any crops that's growing, any land that's real fruitful, you know, like, because even farmers know like certain land is good and certain land is bad. So they feel like, you feel me, any land that was good for growing crops, there is be Baal, the one that did it. And then you got Anath. Anath is supposed to be the sister of Baal, which is the god of love and war. Now, this is way before the Greeks, way before the Romans. This is 2,000 years before Christ. You feel me? This is a long time ago. They kept this history because it was prevalent for that era, you know? It was prevalent, and they felt like it was important to keep these documents, which is insane. Because the Canaanites is not God's chosen people. They're just some stinking Africans. All right, from time to time, but that's another fact to show that they never been in slavery. You feel me? See, black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we've been in slavery so much, we gotta dig and research for our history. We gotta dig deep for our history. These Africans, they've been into a complete slavery like we have, where their whole identity was taken from them. From time to time, it subverted the essential monotheism, you feel me, which means undermined it. So because the land of Canaan is the Middle East, that was the land that was promised to Abraham and his children, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But the Canaanites, they lived there because during that time wasn't nobody there, and the land was fruitful, you know, and plentiful. So they took it for themselves, but it wasn't their land. And us going into that land, we had to deal with different Canaanite tribes that tried to convert us to their beliefs. You feel me? Because that's something that's always happened. People want to convert you to what they believe by any means necessary. Because the more people believe what they believe, the more money they can make. From time to time, it subverted the essential monotheism, which means the belief in one God, because no other race of people besides the Israelites ever believed in one God. The Israelites was the only race of people that believed in one God. Everybody else always had multiple gods. Some of them had gods for every day of the week. Like the Arabs, Islam, they had gods for every day of the week until Muhammad came. Until Muhammad hit the scene, they had gods for every day of the week. And he seen us being monotheism, practicing that. So he was like, okay, that seemed more practical to have one God instead of a God for every day. After they occupied Canaan, the promised land of the Old Testament, right? Because that's what that was, the promised land. And the Canaanites was living there, worshiping all type of fake gods. And then we went there, we had to come up against them and them fake gods that they was worshiping. All right, we're going to jump down to Middle Eastern religion. Any of the religious beliefs, attitudes, and practices developed in the ancient Middle East, extending geographically from Iran to Egypt. So that's about the whole side. That's the Garden of Eden. They basically explaining that the Middle East is the Garden of Eden. The Middle East is the Holy Land. Feel me? That is the land that the Lord promised the Israelites. And it extends from Iran to Egypt, and from Anatolia and the Aegean Sea to the Arabian Peninsula, and temporarily from about 3000 to 330 BC, when Alexander the Great conquered much of the area. Right. So what it's saying is many religious beliefs developed there. That's where they developed at. Majority of the religions of the world developed right there in the Middle East. they have had an enduring influence on Western civilization, right? They did. So all those religious beliefs, all those pagan gods and stuff that people worship have an enduring influence on Western civilization. What is Western civilization? That is talking about the Americas. North, Central, and South America have an enduring influence from the Middle Eastern practices that developed in ancient Middle East, from Iran to Egypt. While this article treats only those religions of Middle Eastern antiquity that have not survived to modern times, special attention is given in the introduction to their role as antecedents. What is an antecedent? Preceding event, condition, or cause. So basically it's saying that those ancient civilizations is the cause of the major Western religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. That's where all those religions come from. They all come from the Middle East, all of which originated in the region for full treatment of these inheritors of the Middle Eastern tradition, including also the surviving Zoroastrianism and Parasitism. See under the names of the individual religions. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. So the whole point of that was to show you the earliest God worshiping outside of the Bible was from the Canaanite religion. And it was about 2,000, 3,000 years before Christ. Now, we're going to get into the Bible and show you why that was even happening. Real talk. Internet acting a little funny today. Yeah, so the first early religions came from the Africans. Now, of course, the Pan-Africans will take hold of that as if it's something good, but it's really not. It's really not at all. Because they was just because they was the first to come up with a religion don't mean that it was right. You know, they came up with fake deities, fake gods to worship, because they was not the children of God. That's the, a moral behind it. But, we'll break it down fully, though. All right, this Genesis 9 and 19. And these are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Right. So after the flood, everybody was dead. Everybody died except for Noah, his three sons, and their wives. So through his three sons, the earth was replenished with people. They began to populate, take regions for themselves, and rebuild the earth. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. Right. He began to be a husbandman. Let's look up that word, husbandman. Pretty sure I got an idea what it is, but we always want to be correct. Always want to be correct. Okay, that's exactly what I thought it was. Basically, it's a farmer. Because the way you love your woman, you hear me? He loved it, his craft. He loved it, the land. So he became a farmer, and he had to, because shit, when nobody else gonna do it. It was just him and his sons and their wives. And they say he planted a vineyard, and everybody know a vineyard is for wine. Because seeing all them people die, being the last ones left, it'll make you want to have a drink. Real talk. Matter of fact, I have one for Noah right now. And he drank wine and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent, right? So he didn't got lit. He didn't got a little too lit to where now he naked. Well, it don't really say he was fully naked, but he was uncovered. Because in our culture, you feel me, passed down from Adam to Noah to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our culture is you're uncovered if you showing anything but your forearms and your knees down and your neck up. That's the only thing you can show. You know, unless you in the house with your woman or the women in the house with a man, the only thing that you can show is from your knees down, your neck up, and from your elbows down. That's it. I mean, the women, they could get away with, you know, a little shoulder, but a man, that's uncalled for. So when they say he was uncovered, that just means he was not fully clothed, which is not a part of our custom, especially for men. And Ham, the father of Canaan. Now you got to stay with me on this. You feel me? You got to stay with me. Ham, what we already said, is the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Ham is the father of the Africans, and he's the father of Canaan. That's what we were just reading about the first gods ever recorded was from the Canaanites, which is the sons of Ham, which is the Africans. They was the ones that's on record that we know of as the first recorded like pagan worshipers. You know, they created a god of themselves, you know, for themselves. Feel me? All right, and saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. So that's what Ham did. Ham was a nasty little, you know, MF. So Ham, he seen his father's nakedness, and instead of closing his eyes and pretending like he didn't see the nakedness or walking in, covering him up, he basically embarrassed his father, which is not something you should do. That's not part of our culture, to embarrass your father because you caught him slipping. Because it's going to happen. You're going to catch men that you respect. You're going to catch them slipping. And the Bible is against you running to go tell your brethren, you know, because this is different than somebody doing something straight out unlawful. You feel me? This is about somebody just slipping. You feel me? And you caught it, and now you telling everybody. You feel me? And the Bible is against that, and our culture is against that. Especially because he went to tell in fun. It wasn't in like, you know, trying to get it corrected. He went to tell in fun. And then it's funny because now the Africans today is all naked. That's the funny part. That's how you know that this is got to be talking about the Africans, because they all naked. You hear me? All them damn African tribes over there be half naked, like real talk. And Shem and Japheth took a garment. Now remember, it's nobody on the planet right now but them. It's just Noah, his 3 sons, and they women. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backwards. See, that's how you have respect for your father. You feel me? That's how you have respect for the men above you. When you see them slipping and you know it wasn't nothing intentional, that's what you do. You cover their nakedness. You don't try to expose it and laugh at them and embarrass them and this and that. That's what they did. They went backwards into the tent and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. You feel me? That's how you're supposed to handle that. But instead, Ham, this nasty, disgusting African, he thought it was funny. He thought it was a joke. Now his whole lineage is full of damn cow, piss stone, rubbing shit on them, can't take a bath because they don't want to take a bath because they don't want to use body wash. Just a bunch of disgusting little creatures over there in Africa with Umar Johnson loves so much, but he don't never want to move over there. I wish all these African lovers would just move over there. I don't understand why you even still here. You love Africa so goddamn much, just go ahead. They accepting all y'all niggas over there, and then they're gonna put you in a bowl of soup. They're gonna strip you naked and put you in a bowl of soup. Like real talk. But yeah, that's what you were supposed to do in that situation. You feel me? They saw not their father's nakedness. Like real talk. Because Shem and Japheth was good sons. Feel me? They was good, obedient sons. And it's funny, like I said, that's where the first deities came from. The first deities, the first pagan gods came from the Africans. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. Right. So he knew that his son then went and embarrassed him. You feel me? Then went and exposed him, you feel me, for being a drunkard at that moment, for being drunk. And he said, "Cursed be Canaan." That's what Noah did, because Noah is right now, this is who the Lord dealing with. You feel me? So Noah got the power to curse you. You feel me? That's what cursing is. You feel me? A lot of people thinking cursing is saying bitch, shit, damn. That's not cursing. This is cursing. Cursing is what Noah did to Canaan. And what was the curse? He said, "A servant of servants shall ye be unto his brethren." That's what he said Canaan is going to be. You feel me? Which is Ham's son. You feel me? Ham's son, which is Canaan. He said he's going to be a servant. Your son is going to serve the other nations. You feel me? He's never going to be a superpower. He's never going to be somebody that people can lean on. He's going to be a servant. And then you wonder why they got all these commercials talking about donate $1 a day to the Africans. They need food. They going through all type of famine and can't eat and dying of all these diseases because they don't got health care and they don't got plumbing and all this type of stuff. Well, that's what the Bible said was going to happen. You know, and I ain't stopping God's blessing. I'm just keeping it real with you. And he said, "Blessed be the Lord God of Shem." Right. Blessed be Yahweh, the power of Shem. Now, Shem is the one who got the blessing. Because what Noah had to do, Noah had to pick a son anyway. You feel me? Noah had to pick a son anyway who the Lord was going to be with. Because Noah knew the same way God killed everybody and saved Noah because he loved Noah. Noah knew that that's the way the Lord worked. And the Lord was eventually going to pick one of his sons to choose to be with. And he chose Shem. And that's where you get the term Semitic, when it's really Shemitic. You feel me? Like people come from a Hamitic line. If you're an African, you're a Hamitic. If you come from Shem, you're Shemitic. If you come from Japheth, you're Japhetic. And Japhetic, the Japhetic people is the islanders, the Samoans, the Aborigines of Australia, you know, all the people like that, the Hawaiians and stuff like that. You feel me? All those islanders. Those people was pushed on them islands because Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of. You feel me? And he's such the devil, you feel me, that he pushed when he invaded when he came out the caves and he invaded Europe and Asia and stuff like that, he pushed these Japhetic people into these islands to where that's why, you feel me, when you go out to these different islands and you see people there, you be like, how y'all get here? Like, this island is in the middle of nowhere. What are y'all doing here? Esau did that. The so-called white man ran them people into them islands to where they had to live off goddamn eating fish and damn the vegetation and stuff like that. Because a lot of them lands on them islands and stuff like that, they don't have like animals that grow there. Yeah, they don't have animals that grow there. So they got to eat like the vegetation and stuff like that. Yeah, so a lot of them islanders, they're Japhetic people, and they have to eat off the land. That's why they used to like seafood, shrimp, crab, lobster, fish, and like just vegetables and fruit. Like real talk, because they ain't had no choice running from Esau to get on them goddamn islands. But yeah, but the son that was blessed was Shem. He was blessed. And what that means is that the Lord is dealing with him. But at the time, of course, he wasn't a nation. He was just a person. So eventually it was going to be one of his sons who the Lord was going to be dealing with as far as a nation. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. Right, that's what I'm saying. These are the islanders. That's what it means when they dwelling in the tents of Shem. The Shemitic people is like the Japanese, the Chinese, Negroes, the so-called white man, and all of those nations like have a massive amount of land that they live on. You feel me? The tents of Shem is talking about those little islands. You feel me? On the outskirts of these mainlands and stuff like that. And Canaan shall be his servant, right? And Canaan, which was one of the sons of Ham, will be his servant. Like real talk. And it's funny, like I said, the Canaanites, which is come from Canaan, that's the whole family of Canaan. They the ones created the first, pagan god to worship, because the Lord wasn't dealing with them. The Lord cursed them. You feel me? For people that talking about we don't read history. We read history, and the history line up with the Bible. Because history show that the Canaanites, who was cursed by God, also was the first nation to create a fake God to worship. Ain't that ironic? Or maybe the Bible just is real. Like real talk. Maybe people need to stop faking and just get down with the truth, or your life could depend on it. All right, we drop that. Let's go to Genesis 11:1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. Right. So now, at this time, people now have been populating from Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now people have been populating, and now you got nations on the earth, and they speaking now. And they all got one language. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime they had for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. Right. Now, why would they do that? Why would they want to do that? The same reason why the so-called white man want to go to the moon. The same reason why the so-called white man builds skyscrapers. The same reason why the Egyptians built pyramids. You feel me? It's to show their power. You feel me? To show that they can fight God whenever they ready to. That they ready to fight the Most High. Why would they want to fight the Most High? Because the Most High didn't choose these people. You feel me? These African nations, yeah, they was the first civilizations, and they had the first pagan gods and all that stuff like that. But the Lord wasn't with these people. You feel me? One thing you got to understand about life, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So just because you was the first to do it, don't mean that you're going to be ruling in the end, or you're even meant to rule because you was the first one to do it. Like real talk. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Right. Let us make a name, which means they trying to build a reputation. You feel me? This is about power. You feel me? This is about building strength. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men build. Right. And the Lord came down to see it. And of course, the Lord didn't come physically. He sent an angel. The Lord sent an angel down there to see what the hell is going on. You feel me? Because he just destroyed the earth for interracial dating. Now he's seeing these people that came together and they didn't build up a mighty strong city. And now they didn't boast themselves up with this damn skyscraper they built as if they God. You feel me? As if they can fight God. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one. Right? He's saying they is one. That means they all together. The Lord ain't like that. The Lord never like that. The Lord was never with people being one. That is not the Lord's way. Because when the people be one, it's a lot of wickedness coming. You feel me? When the people be one and on one accord and all together and one nation under God, individual, all that, whatever, they start to do a lot of wickedness. You feel me? A lot of evil start coming up. When they come up with these congresses and senates and democracies, a lot of evil start to arise as well. And the Lord is never with the people being one. And they have all one language, right? And one language. The Lord ain't never with, the Lord wasn't with that. The Lord didn't want everybody to know everybody. Because when everybody know everybody, then it comes the wickedness, like the United Nations. What do you think they be planning? The United Nations is for prosperity. The United Nations is for rulership through oppression with them militaries that they got. Shit ain't got nothing to do with everybody getting along. That got to do with the rich oppressing the poor. And this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Right. So now that they all together, just like now, got all these different nations. They all speak their language, but they all know English too. You feel me? They know Ukrainian and Russian, but their second language is English. Or you got the interpreters for the Chinese people and the Japanese people to interpret. And then they ain't going to be restrained from nothing that they want to do. Whatever they want to do is going to get done because they all together. When the Lord gave everybody their portion to have for themselves. Go to, let us down, and confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. Right. And that's what the angels did. So the angels came down and separated the people by giving them all giving them all their own language. So now that they all got their own language, they don't know how to communicate. But they do know how to communicate with the people that look like them. So now they're going to stay where they at. The Chinese people are going to stay in China. Japanese going to stay in Japan. The white man going to stay in the caves. The damn Arabs going to stay in the Middle East. And it's just going to be that. They ain't going to never come together because they don't know how to communicate with each other. Like real, so that's how you know we living in the last days, because everybody know how to communicate with each other. Everybody sharing their ideas with each other. You feel me? You can be any religion you want because you can speak their language. Everybody know how to speak the same language now. Now you know how to follow Buddha. When you didn't know how to follow Buddha because you didn't know Chinese. You didn't know how to speak East Indian, so you didn't know how to follow Buddha. You feel me? You didn't know what the African gods was doing and how to serve them and worship them, but now you do. Because a lot of the Africans, they speak English, so they can tell you how to do it. You feel me? This is where all these gods come from. All these gods, they come from these different nations that the Lord was not with. And because the Lord was not with them, they had to come up with their own philosophy of life. That's it. They had to sit down with the mighty men of their tribes, and these heathens had to come up with reasons for this, reasons for that, and they couldn't think of nothing but it has to be some god on Mars. We're gonna call them this. We're gonna call them El. We're gonna call them Baal. We're gonna call them Anuf. You feel me? We're gonna call them Anubis. You feel me? And Akhenaten, and we're gonna just make up all kind of just fake gods of why this stuff is happening, because the Lord of heaven and earth is not with us anyway. He don't want nothing to do with us, so we just gonna create our own thing. And now because we all speak English, it's the common tongue, we can just teach it to everybody else. And now other people is fascinated by it and they following it just because they fascinated, like real talk. Like when I was in the world, I was fascinated with Greek mythology, not because I feel like it was true, but just because I didn't understand how did they come up with these different gods for all this different stuff. I just feel like it was interesting. And that's basically what's going on. When you got all these different gods that people worshiping and they believe in it. They believe in it to be true. Like real talk. And that's because they all speak the same language again, which the Lord was always against. Like real talk. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Right. So the Lord scattered these people. These people was all together. The Lord scattered them. Like I always like to say, it's 3,000 different ethnic groups in Africa. They speak over 2,000 different languages. Why is that? Because the Lord had to scatter these people. Because when they all came together, they was becoming real evil. You hear me? What you're seeing right now, what America is doing with their military, that is what was always going to happen when people join together. You feel me? When people join together, that's what's going to happen. You feel me? It's going to be a lot of wickedness, a lot of death, and usually the people that's going to die is going to be innocent. You feel me? It's not like they just going to kill the other rich people and other evil people. They're going to kill the innocent. They're going to go into countries and destroy them that didn't do anything wrong. They said Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. Never found the weapons of mass destruction. Whole time, the weapons of mass destruction is on the United States military base. That's where the hell they at. They wasn't in Iraq. They was in Iraq fighting the people that lived there. They weren't even fighting the army. Like real talk. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of the earth, all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of the earth. Right. So that name, he called it Babel, which means confusion. Why was it confusing? Because nobody could speak the same language no more. So everybody had to split up and go their own separate ways. And now the wickedness was decreased, which was the whole point of the Lord flooding earth in the first place. That was the whole point. Because of the wickedness became very, very bad in the earth. You feel me? Just like it is right now. That's what was happening back then. Like I said, we living in the days of Noah right now. This is the days of Noah. All this stuff we read was during the time of Noah. And this is what's happening all over again. Real talk. Yep. And that's where all them gods come from. It come from the sons of Ham that was cursed. They was cursed. The Lord wasn't dealing with them, so they did their own thing. Real talk. They had to come up with some type of philosophy on their own of life, the crops, water, medicine. They had to just come up with some on their own because the Lord wasn't with them. This is Genesis 12:1. Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show you. Right now. So this is his name was Abram at the time. But when he started serving the Lord, his name was changed to Abraham. Because that's what happened. When you serve the Lord, you get a new name. Like real talk. And he come from the lineage of Shem. Because Shem was the one that Noah blessed, because Ham was a disgusting bastard. He was a disgraceful son. Why the hell would he bless him? Why would he bless him with the Lord's blessing, which is the inheritance of the earth, rulership of the earth? Why the hell would he do that? It don't even make sense. So he gave it to Abraham. He gave it to Shem. And it got passed from Shem all the way to Abraham. and I will make thee a great nation. Right. And that's a fact. So this is one man. The Lord say he gonna make Abraham a great nation. You feel me? So if it's one God, one faith, one baptism, and he's giving it to Abraham. Now, mind you, you got all these African tribes that just tried to build a city. The Lord scattered them. You got all these people here right now. And the Lord ain't dealing with none of them. That's how they was able to create the first, pagan gods that's on record and religion that's on record. That's why they was able to build the first cities and whatever, create math, all this stupid stuff that Umar Johnson and them be saying. The Africans invented math. You goddamn right they did. You feel me? They was the first nations and civilizations on the planet because the Lord was not done choosing, you feel me, who he wanted to choose. You feel me? He wasn't done choosing somebody that he was going to deal with and his family throughout generations. You just had Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and they start having sons and daughters, to where they start creating civilizations. But a chosen one was not chosen into Abraham. Well, no, Shem, but then Abraham. You feel me? So of course they was able to build up civilizations and whatever. Yeah, you damn right. That don't mean that they the chosen people of God. That just mean they was the first to build a city with some damn houses. Hooray. The Africans was the first to build a city and create a fake God. And now they over there living in mud huts, bathing in cow piss. Like, goddamn. The Bible say the first shall be last, the last shall be first. If I ain't mistaken. Goddamn. All right, so this verse 2. And I will make thee of a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. Right. This is what he's saying is going to happen to Abraham. Well, you got all these Africans creating all these fake gods right now at this time. You got all these Africans creating all these fake gods. They creating civilizations. They building up kingdoms and cities. This one man he's talking to who don't have a great army yet. He don't have a bunch of children and women. He just by himself, and he was chosen. He was chosen to be a great nation. You feel me? So, like the Africans, bragging about their civilization being first, or like I said, all the stuff going on with math, all type of dumb stuff they be saying. It's because they was the first to build a civilization, but they was not chosen by God. You feel me? The Lord was still doing his choosing. While they was building cities and creating fake gods, the Lord was still looking for somebody to choose to be a blessing, to be of a great nation. And it wasn't them. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. Right. And that's a fact. That's a fact. If you bless the children of Israel, the Lord gonna bless you. If you curse the children of Israel, the Lord gonna curse you. You feel me? Now, of course, this was talking about Abraham, but the blessing got passed down to Isaac, Jacob, 12 tribes of Israel. You feel me? But the condition comes with a price, because we're supposed to serve the Lord too. You feel me? That's what's supposed to happen. We're supposed to serve the Lord. And if we did, the Lord gonna bless us. You feel me? And he gonna bless them that bless us. And anybody that come up against us, he gonna curse them that curse us. And in these shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Right. And all the families of the earth gonna be blessed. Now, right now, during this time, it's a gang of families in the earth. They already got fake gods and stuff they worshiping. Already. And he's telling this one man, your children's children, these people that's running around in mud huts and running around creating all these fake gods, they're going to be blessed because of your children. Because right now they not. They think they is because they got these cities and they building walls. They got armies. They got all these fake gods and statues they done created. But they not blessed. You feel me? They not blessed. They going to be blessed through y'all. Like real talk, through your family. So the Lord was always dealing with one man and his family. So therefore, the people that the Lord wasn't dealing with always had to create some type of philosophy, you feel me, of their own, of why this is happening, why that is happening. Real tough. Drop that. All right, we'll go to Deuteronomy 4 and 5. All right, so now this is the children of Israel who Moses is talking to. You feel me? Because that's what the Lord said. The Lord said that through your seed, you feel me? I'm going to curse them that curse you and bless them that bless you. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Right. So now we done got the laws, statutes, commandments, and Moses is just telling us, like, look, man, when we get there, we're going to have to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. I taught you these commandments and these laws. I'm not going to make it there with y'all. Y'all going to get there, and y'all going to have to do this shit. Excuse my language. Like, real talk. The Lord chose us of all the nations, all the families of the earth. And because of that, they had to create their own gods, their own beliefs, their own philosophies. And now, because everybody speak English, everybody's learning everybody's culture, and you picking and choosing what you like, what you gonna worship, what you gonna serve. All right, this verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. The laws, statutes, and commandments that we was given, nobody else had it. That is our wisdom. You know, it's stuff that the Bible say to do that they just not finding out about. The springs at the bottom of the ocean, they just found out about in the 70s. It was talked about in the book of Job. Moses said don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They just found out in the 1900s that it caused cancer and diabetes. The biggest cause of cancer and diabetes. You got a granny that got cancer, ask her have she ate pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster her whole life. I guarantee you she gonna say, hell yeah. Matter of fact, go get me some right now. Why the cancer? She got the damn bald head with the chemo telling you to go get her some pork chops. You feel me? And the Bible say this is gonna be our wisdom and our understanding in the sight of the nations. The laws and commandments is our wisdom, because these other nations did not know that it was unlawful to eat anything that doesn't have fins and scales in the water. They just ate whatever. They just ate whatever they wanted to. They didn't know that it would kill them. They didn't know it would give them diseases. They didn't know which plants and stuff was medicine and which ones was not. You feel me? We is the wise and understanding people. We got something we've done since forever. It's called the fist bump. Or we see somebody like, hey, what up, man? What's good? What up, man? That's something we always done. It wasn't until 2020 where Dr. Fauci, the head of infectious diseases during the COVID-19 epidemic, said we should never go back to shaking hands again. And they said, Dr. Fauci, what's the alternative? He said the fist bump. I almost fell out. Because we the wise and understanding people. It's us. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But you've been degraded to just a slave. So you can't fathom that you is the people that's supposed to rule the planet. Well, we here to tell you, you're the people that's supposed to rule the planet. You the wise and understanding nation, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Right. And once all the heathens, these Africans, create these fake gods, once they hear the laws, statutes, and commandments that we was taught, they're gonna be like, damn, that's heavy. Like we said earlier about Muhammad, they created Islam. He seen that we had one God, and he said, man, that's practical. And he stopped all the Arabs from having multiple gods, and they just started having one, and they named him Allah. Like real talk. The damn Chinese started a whole pandemic from eating bats and fucking pigs. They started a whole pandemic. When we would have told them that that's unlawful, that's in Leviticus. It's in Leviticus that you're not supposed to eat bats. And they was eating bats that still had the fangs on it. Like real talk. We the wise and understanding people. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is so great, who have God so nigh unto them, right? So near unto them. You feel me? That's what it's saying. Because of these laws, statutes, and commandments, the other nation is going to be like, damn, these people, God is with them. If it is a God, he's with them. You know, they got all these different gods right now during the time of Moses. You got all these different African gods these Africans worshiping. You feel me? You got all these fake gods they worshiping. But once they hear what we then got from Moses, from off the mountain with the Lord, they're going to be like, man, these people, God is with these people. Because how did they know this stuff? Came from the Lord. We didn't have scientists back then. We didn't know about the dietary law. Now you got scientists and microscopes and tests you can run. But back then we didn't have all that. So for us to say, don't do this and don't do that, and then it become the cure for something y'all been trying to find out, it's like, damn, the Lord is with these people. Like real talk. As the Lord God, as the Lord our God is in all things that we can call upon him for. Right? That's a fact. This Bible has the answers for everything. You feel me? You can call upon the Lord for any problem you got with these scriptures. It's just people don't understand that the scriptures is only for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. First of all, that's what you got to get through your head. It's only for us. So the heathen nations will never take it 100% serious. Like real talk. But really, all these answers that we got come straight out the Bible. Like you will sit there and talk to a brother in the UPK, and you would think we didn't went to college for philosophy or something. Nah, we didn't. We just was blessed with the understanding of the Bible. Through the blessings and mercy of the Most High in Christ, we was blessed with the understanding of the Bible. So we'll sit and talk to you about your problems, and you would think we didn't went to school to be a goddamn psychiatrist or something. We did not. We did not. Like real talk. Not most of it. I ain't saying no brother didn't, but I'm just saying. I'm just talking as a whole. And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Right. No nation followed these laws, these statutes, these customs, none of them. And still to this day, they don't. The white man eat his meat raw and bloody. You feel me? They eat their burgers rare, where they basically just take the ground beef, flip it over, eat it. It's basically you just eating ground beef straight out of the damn pack. Chinese, Japanese eating squids and all kind of nasty, disgusting creatures. The East Indians catch anything under a rock and they put it in their mouth. You feel me? The Africans over there eating people, literally cannibals. You feel me? Like real talk. They literally committing cannibalism. Because there's no nation that can compare to us. Even after being in slavery all this time. Even after being in slavery all this time, it's still not a nation that can compare to us. Real talk. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, right? Take heed to thyself. That means like pay attention, be aware. Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, right? All the stuff we've seen coming out of Egypt, all the miracles done in the wilderness, all the blessings and stuff that happened, the laws and commandments of Moses that gave to us. You feel me? don't forget this stuff. Like real talk. Unless they depart from thine heart all the days of thy life. Right. That's what will happen. And the main way it happened is because of interracial dating. Interracial dating, you feel me? Trying to join with the other nations, you will forget about the Most High. I think it happened every time. I think every time we went into slavery, it's because we forgot about the Lord. And it has something to do with some interracial dating, joining with other people. I mean, come on, Solomon's temple failed. The kingdom fell under Solomon because of interracial dating. The earth got flooded because of interracial dating. Interracial dating is the biggest downfall because you're going to stop serving God and you're going to want to serve that bitch's God. Because that's what a woman that became like to niggas. A woman that became like a god to you when she's supposed to be your possession. But instead, she done become like a god. And the Lord knew that. That's why he said never make marriages with them. Because he knew if you marry this bitch going to become like your God. And whatever she with, you going to be with. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons, right? Keep this throughout our generations, these laws and commandments, because this is wise and this is understanding, like real talk. All right, yeah, we'll drop that. We'll go to the jump into the Apocrypha. Judah 5 and 20. All right, this is Judah 5 and 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor. Now, this is some heathens talking. Non-Israelites. I think they was Assyrians, if I ain't mistaken. If there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. Right. This was the heathens knew. The heathens knew this throughout generations, that if they not serving their God, we can overtake them and destroy them. We can overtake them and destroy them. And that's why the so-called white man did something so heinous. He did something that no other slavery ever done. He took our identity. The so-called white man, he took our identity. And he took it because he knew from studying Egypt that if these people return to their God, we're going to be destroyed. So we take their identity, we can probably have our kingdom a little bit longer than everybody else did. They know we the children of Israel. They just don't want you to know. Because once you find out, now you back serving your God, and now God is coming to destroy this place for you. Like real talk. And that's what these heathens are saying. Like, man, look, if they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us go up and we shall overcome them. So the heathens know that. The heathens know, as long as we ain't serving God, they can overtake us. As long as we in the church, we in a Muslim mosque, we Pan-African, we anything. They will let you be any religion. You feel me? They will let you be any religion except being a Jew. They let the Ethiopians call themselves Jews. It's Ethiopian Jews. They don't say nothing about it. They don't care because they're not the real Jew. They Africans. But black people and Hispanics in America, hell no. They calling themselves Jews. Oh, we got to say they a hate group. We got to say that they anti-Semitic. We got to do something to stop this, because if they calling themselves Jews, then that means they God is coming real soon. He's coming soon. And we ain't got that long. That's what white people saying. White people like, look, they calling themselves Jews. They done found out. We got to put a stop to this. Any rapper, any actor, we taking all their money. We destroying their career. Let them little poor people in the ghetto on the corners say it all they want. But any famous people come out and say it, we taking your whole network. They try to take Wildin' Out from Nick Cannon. They try to take it from him and give it to DC Young Fly. Made him sit down with some white rabbi. I'm like, what the hell? we always got to sit down with somebody. Every time we say something, do something, we got to sit down and get corrected. Man, look, black people is the real Jews. And they don't want you to know, because they know once you know, God is coming. He's coming real soon to destroy the people that told you you wasn't. Real talk. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them. Right. If ain't no iniquity, if we not sinning, this is something the heathens know. The heathens know if we not sinning and we serving the Most High, that they need to leave us alone. And if they don't leave us alone, and their God shall be for them, and we shall become a reproach before all the world. What is reproach? It's talking about shame. They're going to be ashamed to all the world. That's what's going to happen. You hear me? That's why they don't want you. That's why they want you to be a Muslim. That's why they want you to be a Christian. Or you can even join Judaism. You can do anything you want as far as religion. You can serve any God that ever been invented. But once you black or Hispanic start talking about you a Jew, that's where they draw the line. Because of this scripture right here. Because they know the Lord is coming for you. If you start confessing that you're a Jew, confessing that you're sorry for breaking God's commandments and that you will never do it again, and that you're now going to be a new person. What? I'll stop it. And look, they coming for you. I'm just keeping it real with you. But they starting with the rich people because they know it can get out faster. Us, they going to just say we're a hate group, anti-Semitic. Ooh, don't listen to them. They're black Hebrew Israelites. Man, look, that ain't going to stop the Lord's judgment. You could dismiss it all you want. It ain't going to stop World War III. It ain't going to stop Christ's return. I'm just keeping it real with you. Yeah, we'll drop that. First Chronicles 16. All right, this First Chronicles 16:16. Even of the covenant, which is a covenant is like a contract, an agreement. You feel me? That basically we signed over with our life. You feel me? And it was signed way before we was born. You feel me? Just like your son and your grandson, if you rich, the money automatically go to him. This is what same thing with the covenant. You feel me? This is something we signed this in the womb. The day you was born, conceived in your mother's womb, you was a son and daughter of the Most High. And you ought to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, or it could be your death. Like real talk. Which he made with Abraham and of his oath unto Isaac. Right. He made this covenant with Abraham. While all these Africans was having cities, making fake gods and idols and all kind of stuff. He made a covenant with Abraham. And his oath unto Isaac. Like real talk. And have confirmed the same to Jacob for a law. Right, Jacob. Who was Jacob? That's the son of Isaac. You feel me? Who Isaac blessed. You feel me? Isaac had two sons, Jacob and Esau. He blessed Jacob. You feel me? He gave the covenant to Jacob, not to Esau. Esau is a so-called white man. And that's why the so-called white man created all his gods, his Greek and Roman mythology and all that stuff. He had to come up with his own philosophy because the Lord wasn't with him neither. The Lord wasn't with none of the Africans. He wasn't with none of these white people. So they had to all make up their own gods and religion because he was with Jacob. Who was Jacob? Is Israel. Who was Israel? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The chosen people of God. In the ghettos in America, we can be any religion but a Jew. Soon we say we're a Jew, we anti-Semitic. That's a coincidence. You know, I was born at night, but not last night. Real talk. And to Israel for an everlasting covenant, right? His name was changed to Israel when he wrestled with an angel because he wanted his blessing. He got that blessing. His name was changed to Israel, Prince of the Power, and he has an everlasting covenant. That means this don't break. You know, you can't get rid of this. You feel me? If you from the seed of Israel, you can't get rid of this covenant. You got to keep the laws and commandments until you die. And then you got to teach, and then you got to go a step further. You got to teach your sons and daughters too. You don't have a choice. You feel me? We've been told we have a choice, free will, whatever the hell that is. Because I mean, I don't know how you got free will when you do something and then you die for it or you have to pay for it. That's not free. And nothing free about that. But what we don't understand is we was taught that we can do any and everything we want because these people don't want us to serve God. They don't serve God. They got Bibles in court and don't follow none of the stuff the Bible says. They end up eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster in the courtroom with the Bible, talking about swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God. They got on the back of the dollar, "In God we trust," and then put black people in slavery. How you put black people in slavery and the damn dollar saying "God we trust"? I thought y'all was supposed to trust in God, not the slaves. Oh, but the slaves is the children of God. See, that's a plot twist for you. Oh, yeah, that's all I had on that. Oh, yeah, we'll drop that one. We'll go back into the Apocrypha real quick. Feel me? Ecclesiasticus 29 and 24. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 29 and 24. For it is a miserable life to go from house to house. Right, and that's a fact. It's miserable to go from house to house, from family to family, religion to religion, God to God, philosophy to philosophy. One day I'm a Christian, the next day I'm a Muslim, then I'm a Baptist, then I'm an Israelite. No, Israelite was too rough. I'm going back. Now I'm a gangbanger. I'm back in the streets. It's miserable. You feel me? When you don't have a home, you feel me? You don't have a home. When you don't know your identity, you don't know what God you're supposed to be serving, you are just like a person that's homeless. You see a homeless person out on the street, they out there like that because they are broken. You feel me? They gave up on life. They either went to college, was in the military, and it didn't work. I don't know if you know that or not. A lot of the homeless people ain't just crackheads and drug addicts. A lot of those people turned that way because they was dependent on something to work and it failed. And now they homeless. And that's you with these different religions, these different philosophies. You miserable. And you just jumping from one to the other. One to the other. Like real talk. For what thou art a stranger, right? You a stranger. You a black in Christianity, you a stranger. That's a white man's religion. You a black person in Islam, you a stranger. That's the Muslim religion. You a black person talking about you Pan-African, you a stranger. That's the African's culture you chasing after. Thou darest not open thy mouth. Right. You can't open your mouth. You can't speak up. How the hell you going to speak up? You can't speak up in church. You can't ask the pastor nothing. You can't go to the Farrakhan temple and ask him shit. You can't do nothing. You can't open your mouth because you a stranger there. People go to church on Sunday, don't ask no goddamn questions. Don't even never understand that the whole thing is a Babylonian damn setup. The whole setup of the church is from Babylon. Passed all the way down through the Greeks and the Romans, all the way back to the Christianity. You can't ask nothing. Ask no questions in there because you're a stranger. You don't belong there. Coming to the Ask Buchanan Commander Hunter, you can ask questions all day and night. And we got the answers for you. And if we don't got the answers, the general got the answers. You feel me? Straight like that. All right, last scripture. We're going to end the class. Go to New Testament. Colossians 1 and 26. All right, this even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. Who are the saints? First of all, the saints is Israelites that repent. That's the saints. Saints are Israelites that repented of their sins. And the Bible is saying that the mysteries that you don't understand from the Old Testament to the New Testament that nobody could never break down, Nobody could never put the pieces together, the puzzles together. The Lord made it clear to the saints. He hid it for a long time. The damn Dead Sea Scrolls was in a goddamn cave. You know how many these scriptures that we read was different scrolls that these prophets risked their life to hide, because they knew that if the Romans got these scriptures, if the heathen, the Babylonians got these scriptures, they was going to burn them. And we was never going to be able to pass this down to our generations, to our sons. And we was going to be serving their gods for eternity. But the Lord did this. The Lord hid these. He made it a mystery. You feel me? All the way up until now. And that's made clear to his saints. Like real talk. And one of the things that's super clear is that these gods you worshiping is not real. You need to stop. You need to come serve the Most High in Christ under Commander Johanna in the ISUBK. Tune in every Monday, Tuesday. Tune in Wednesday night for the podcast. You feel me? Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbat Thumb, Yahweh Shema Thumb, Bashim, Yahweh Shah.